Let's go. What I say? What I say? What did I say?
Hey, let's go. Oh! He killed him. He killed him. Oh my gosh. He knocked him out cold. I mean, what is this? What is this? What is this sport, bro? Sean O'Malley got subbed by Marab? Since when is this guy's submission threat? Come on. He's dead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What I say? What I say? What did I say? Hey, let's go. Oh! He killed him. He killed him. Oh my gosh. He knocked him out cold. I mean, what is this? What is this? What is this sport, bro? Sean O'Malley got subbed by Marab? Since when is this guy's submission threat? Come on. He's dead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What I say? What I say? What did I say? Hey, let's go. Oh! He killed him. He killed him. Oh my gosh. He knocked him out cold. I mean, what is this? What is this? What is this sport, bro? Sean O'Malley got subbed by Marab? Since when is this guy's submission threat? Come on. He's dead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What I say? What I say? What did I say?
Okay, we're here. We're here.
How y'all doing, man?
How we doing is the good question. How are we doing? And of course his legs. Of course his legs, man. It's always lagging. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing, lad? Twitter, does Twitter have anything? I always like looking at Twitter just to see what the things are. The only problem with Twitter is like if Deck had 0 fans, I'm dead. Nice. Let me how does this work? Okay, I might add that to my cart. No thanks. Greetings. You wearing pants? Yep. Why wouldn't I be wearing pants? Okay, let's take a look at do we take a look at Twitter, man? Do we take a look? Do we dare go through the depths of Twitter? All right, let's go through the depths of Twitter, man. This might be a bad idea, but this might be a great idea. All right? I have no idea what these are. I have no idea what this is. Do y'all know what this is? Baddie Hub. L-O. Thought Hub. I think that's like Twitch, right? Uromi. I don't know what that is. Tom Aspinall tells Dom Reyes he's the biggest light heavyweight he's ever seen. Okay. Ow, my ears just got brutally raped. Get the notification mid-goon, bro. That's the best time to get a notification. Actually, if I were you, I'd probably would have waited until the goon was finished to go watch, but it is what it is. You accidentally slept for 4 hours. Yeah, I missed work today I was 2 hours late for work today because of my phone died. Why is MoMaker31 help? Why is he 31? I don't know why he's 31. He's a worker, man. This guy used to work at a electrician or something. Like, of course he's old.
Tom, you are the biggest light heavyweight I've ever seen. Really? You look like you look bigger than me. What's going on?
He does look huge compared to Tom Aspinall.
How much do you walk around at?
I'm like 230.
Really, yeah.
230? Cap.
Big guy.
I'm not a beast.
Buy an alarm clock or phone charger. Oh, dude, nice. Doy, of course, dude. Yeah, nice one, dude. Thanks for that great advice. Trash advice. Never good advice again. Ilya Turo. Oh my gosh, bro. What is this? Ilya Tapuria. Controlled and mounted by some 0-0. Debutante can't. I swear his wrestling is 0. Movzar Armon would do bad things to him on the ground. Which one's Ilya? What's up, man? Stop having an alarm. You mean stream or other work? Well, obviously it's not streaming. I just got home from work and then I gotta go back to work in like an hour and a bit. I didn't see the clip. Man, you can't take a look. You cannot look at a fight from like 8 years ago when Ilya was probably like, you know, is being compared to this clip right here.
Trying to get his own takedown. Early takedown.
Interesting. Interesting, right? Bless me. Oh, did he? Lil MMA's live. Gotta go. Peace, man. Oh, no. I'm Lil MMA. I forgot. I gotta stop getting. I need to get into live chat, man. I always keep doing some stupid shit. MMA fighter sentenced to 28 years in prison on terrorism charges. Islam Makhachev's main training partner. Islam Makhachev's main training partner, Lambert Akhbadabadov, has been sentenced 28 years in prisons on terrorism charges. Dang, dude. That is what Connor said. Wow. They tried to find something about them being training partners. Maybe they're not training partners? Maybe they're not training partners. See, that's a problem with Twitter, man. Oh my God, I'm excited to see Derick lose versus Tallison Teixeira. That's such an amazing fight night I care so much about. You know what? It's actually not that bad. Like, you could say, like, oh, yeah, it's pretty bad fight night. But it's actually not a bad fight night. It really isn't. Like, let's take a look at the card. It's not a terrible fight night. I'll show you. It's in Nashville, Tennessee, so it's not in the Apex, which is absolutely great. Stephen Thompson, Gabriel Bonfim, that's a good fight. Vitor Petrino, Austin Lane, trash fight. Calvin Kattar, Steve Garcia, that's a great fight. If you know who Steve Garcia, if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say about Steve Garcia. If you know, you know. Steve Garcia is like the dark horse of the featherweight division. Like, if anybody's going to stop Jean Silva, it's going to be Steve Garcia. Who cares if they're partners? Are you responsible for your brother's actions? No, but you have to be able to associate with you. I've never been associated with a terrorist because if I don't know, I ever ran into a terrorist, I'd be like, I don't want to associate with you. Especially as a celebrity and somebody on Islam's status level, you need to surround yourself by people and put on a good, a good showcase for the younger people. You have to be a role model for these younger people, and being friends with the terrorists, I don't know if that's a great kind of way to be a role model. I don't know if you ask me, but I'd rather not look up to somebody who's best friends with the terrorists, who trains with terrorists. Like, if you know someone's a terrorist, why is he going to the gym? I'm not saying Islam's responsible for his actions. I'm not saying, no one's saying Islam's responsible for training partner's actions, but at the same time, the gym, Habib, anybody who trains, the coaches, they have to realize, okay, this guy's not good. He's leaving the gym. But instead, they said that, oh, well, he might be a terrorist, but he's a good fighter, so we want him. That's not a good mentality you should have. That's not the great way. But the question is he Islam's main training partner? Because we don't know. Don't you think the UFC should have a busier schedule in the summer while they don't have to compete with the NFL? No, I don't think so. Because they only do stuff on Saturdays. What are they going to do? They do kind of ramp it up in the summer, right? They have the Ultimate Fighter. They have Dana White. So they have the Ultimate Fighters Tuesday nights. And then they have Dana White Contender Series. They have BJJ. So they have some stuff that goes on in the summer. They do ramp up during the summer. Because I cannot watch baseball. I tried watching baseball on the TV. That's the only sport that goes on during the week. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Tallison getting chinned. He has low IQ. Knee elbow spammer who keeps his heads down. I mean, I really haven't seen any of Tallison Teixeira's fights. BL Suds, have you seen any of Tallison Teixeira's fights outside of the Justin Taffa fight? Or it might have been the Junior Taffa fight. It was the Junior Taffa, right? Because Junior Taffa, it was supposed to be Justin Taffa versus Teixeira. Justin pulled out and Junior stepped in. Like good fight every card week. It's a bad look. That's why I imagine Deg's friends were. Yeah, that's actually a great analogy. If I was friends and my main training partner was a PDF file, then that'd be a bad look on me, 100%. Especially if I knew about it. Especially if I've known about this guy for a long time. But even as a PDF file, you're not. Sometimes you might not show that side of your personality. Whereas I think as a terrorist, you're gonna show that side of your personality a lot more. Tallison about to leave his hands down, go for the knees, rangy kicks, get left open, knocked out round one. Yeah, I don't believe so. Tallison Teixeira is gonna look for the clinch, look for elbows, look for knees. He's like what, 6'7"? Derek Lewis is like 6 foot tall. So Derek Lewis inactive, no gas tank. I don't think Teixeira is a gas tank, so I think this could end up like a boring decision. But I put my money on Tallison Teixeira by finish. I'll give you credit. You are the best casual streamers. Great casual takes. What did I say that was a casual take? Please tell me something that's a casual take that I said. I have not said a casual take. Anybody managed by Ali is liable. They know exactly what they're doing with these rats. I mean, that's kind of true, right? I kind of don't trust anybody who's managed by Ali. But I like some of the fighters managed by Ali. Corey Sandhagen. Who else is managed by Ali? Kamaru, I don't really like. Henry, I don't really like. Who else is managed by Ali? Islam, but it is what it is. A lot of these Arab guys, except for Chimaev, are managed by Ali. Uncle Live's not managed by Ali, I don't believe. So, yeah, I don't trust any of these Ali managed people. He may be a terrorist, but he's a good double leg. Yeah, that's basically what they're trying to say. Habib is basically saying he might be a terrorist, but at least he has a good double. Brother, his top control, brother, is so good, brother. We need him, brother. Like, bro, what? Instead of a good example, it'll be a goon example. Gaethje, yeah, I don't really like Gaethje. Cejudo, Kayla, yeah, I don't really like them all too much. No injury narratives, no bad weight cut talks, just getting knocked the fuck out with millions watching. Charles Oliveira is the last of a dying breed. True. That's so true. No injuries, no bad weight cuts, just getting knocked out with millions of people. Chimaev over DDP is casual. Chimaev over DDP is nah, that's not casual. Come on. Oh my gosh. The right reflex. Unconscious, April 8th, Miami, Florida. Chiesa Center, wife and children in attendance. What? What is this about? Man, I gotta stop scrolling on Twitter, bro. I'm about to look at some weird stuff. Oh, yeah. If I would have kept it on, then, yeah, we'd have been done.
Lifestyle, but they're going to face the challenges of both the highs and lows of this sport.
That's interesting. Sometimes I watch John Jones grappling in the UFC and I imagine what is wrong with you, please? At least Oliveira went in and fought like a man. Half these fighters would run, avoid accepting altogether. I wouldn't call it. I don't know if Oliveira fought like a man. I mean, he definitely fought. Okay, but I don't think you're fighting like a man if you just walk forward. You know, trying to stand and bang. I'm a grappling fanatic. I don't know. I don't mess with the barbarians who try to go in there and get a win with a KO or a lucky shot or punch or kick to the head. I like the nuance of grappling a little bit more. I think I'm just different a little bit. I'm more of a grappler guy. I love that shit. I'm a grappler lover right here. Excuse me. Grappler lover right here. If I ever go to a press conference, I'm asking any grappler. Excuse me, question over here. Yeah, grappler lover myself. What's your favorite submission? When you had Charles Oliveira in a crucifix, did that give you any ideas on where to take your opponents next and how you want to move forward with your grappling? I'm more of a grappling connoisseur myself. You fought like an idiot. Why are you standing with us when you know what we can do to his chin? True. I think Armand Topuria and Patty versus Gaethje should be on the same card. Would it be a perfect mini tournament? No. The timeline does not link up at all. Armand and Topuria, okay, sure. But Patty and Gaethje, the timing of them fighting on the same card as Topuria makes no sense. Patty unscathed, Gaethje unscathed. They can fight soon. So, them being on the same card, it builds it up, but no, not really. Zigged when he should have zagged. Shit happens. Yeah, shout out Kamaru Usman. I was looking in there, Joe, and man, I was looking good, and I was trying to look to put him away, but you know, I leaned to my left, I leaned to my right, you know. The next thing I knew, I'm waking up in the ambulance asking what happened. I'm more of a grappling guy myself. Charles went out fighting exactly how he always does. People that are sad or confused about that are casuals. I don't think anybody's confused by it. I think more people are just saddened, you know, because of course you're gonna be sad, man. Of course you're going to be sad. You're a fan of Boso, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not really an Ilya fan. I'm not really a Charles fan. You know, I'm more of a grappling guy, like I said, and neither of them are technical grapplers. So I just love grappling. Nah, but I like Topuria. I like Charles. I'm not like a huge fan. I like Jamal Hill better. You know, I like Sean O'Malley better. I like Jemaev better. I don't like Joshua Van that much anymore because he went too mainstream, and I don't really like how he went mainstream. Armand is almost boring fight. Nah, not most boring. But Armand gave him a tough fight. Y'all remember when what's his name? Moises picked Islam up. Dude, remember when Moises picked up, I think it was Moises, right? Moises picked up Islam and dumped him down. Literally scooped him off the ground and then dumped him down. Great times, man. Great times. You love grappling, Hadas? Yeah. You think Armand can beat Topuria? I think Armand could beat Topuria, but I don't think it happens. Like, he could beat him, but same thing with Charles. It's like, yeah, Charles could even before I was like, oh yeah, Charles could beat Ilya, but it doesn't happen. Grappling fan, so he must be a Gamrot maxer. Yes, I don't mind Gamrot. Gamrot. I'm more of an exciting grappler type of guy. I like Grant Dawson. I think he's like the next guy up. I'm a huge Grant Dawson fan. I'm a Grant Dawson fanboy, to be honest. I'm like a huge Grant Dawson guy. Ever since he beat Damir Ismagulov back in the day, like 2.5 years ago, back in the day. You know, I liked Gamera until he lost to Garam Kutsuteledze. Dude, how you Garam and you're how you Gamera and you're losing to Garam? Makes no sense. Armon would smoke Charles. Bro, you're not here casual. Charles is cooked out of his prime. Bro, Armon fought Charles Oliveira, and it was a fairly close fight. Not fair to give Charles someone like Armon now. Bro, what are you guys talking about? I mean, you wouldn't do that right now just because timing and it doesn't make sense to do a rematch between Charles and Armon right now, but Charles gave Armon a tough fight. That was a toughie. Look back at that fight. Rewatch that fight. That was a toughie fight. Armon barely won that fight against Charles. Bro, yeah, I'm saying. Armon barely got off that fight with Charles. Yes, he did win. I thought he won pretty clearly, but it was a close fight. So, I don't know what the people talking about. Armon sprinted when they offered him Gamera at rematch. He remembers what happened the first time. No, it's probably because Armon is high up in the rankings, and fighting Gamera is like a high risk, low reward fight. So think about it. It's like, why would he do that? You know? Who? Rip who? Diogo? Diogo? Who's Diogo? Liverpool? Oh, damn. In a car accident in Spain. R.I.P., man. R.I.P. Armon would smoke you one hand and blindfolded? I'd hope so. I mean, that's what he does for a living. Just like anybody. Why is it always with fighting? It's like, could you imagine going up to like an accountant and being like, dude, you would smoke. Like going up to a random guy and being like, dude, in an accountant versus accountant off, a real accountant would smoke you, like with one hand blindfolded. It's like, I'd hope so. They know what it is to be an accountant. Like what? Would you rather get cage bumped by Usman for 5 minutes or try to survive 1 minute with Aspinall on the feet? That's tough. Probably try and survive Aspinall on the feet. Because if I'm fighting Aspinall and I know all I have to do is survive for a minute, I feel like I could survive for a minute. I could just run and roll. If no kicks to a grounded opponent are allowed, I could survive. I could easily survive. Easily survive. Because I would just duck and I would just roll. And he's so big, he wouldn't be able to catch up to me and he wouldn't be able to kick me. And he's so tall. So I'd be a hard fight for Aspinall for sure. Chewing gum is my signature style. I don't want it to be. I'm just trying to look max and get like a nice jaw, you know what I mean? And chewing gum's like a good way to do it. Armon would need 2 hands for me, buddy. It's a little sexually provocative, don't you think? Why are you matchmaking Armon versus Dagamamet? No idea. Why no UFC this week? Dana's oiled. No, it's good to have I like having a week off, especially after a big title fight. I love having a week off, especially after a big title fight. That's great. I think that's perfect. 3 pay-per-views. No. 2 fight nights. No Apex. 2 fight nights. 1 pay-per-view. Week off, and then the next month we start off with the fight. And I think that's ideal. I think that's what you want. You know, let people. Sometimes when there's a fight night or a card right after the UFC pay-per-view, you're not able to digest the results and really think about what's going to happen, and you're almost forcing yourself to think out things before you really put some thought into it. You know, you ready? Good looking, no Diddy. Mewing don't work though. It does work. Do you get more or less girls because you stream UFC? In other words, do chicks dig it? I wouldn't know. I would not know. In terms of getting girls because of this, no. In terms of getting girls because I'm a handsome, young, attractive, hardworking, athletic man, psh, that's it. It's 4th of July week. There should not be fights. Yeah, that's true. That's true, right? That's true. That's true. That's true. 4th of July week, no fights. Everybody's traveling. Everybody's getting prepared to drink the entire day on what's 4th of July? Friday? Yeah, so people are traveling. People are going to be drunk. People don't want to watch fights on the 4th of July. So it makes sense. Yeah, that's also a reason. Gay? No. Why did you free Diddy? I did not free Diddy. Do you drink? Nah, not really. Last time I drank, I had like maybe one bottle of like what is that, sake at like a Japanese sushi place, and that was like 3 months ago or something. What do I think of female flyweight? Issa? You know what, man? I was watching some of her highlights. I was like, you know what? She looks very promising. A little bit lazy. I heard she shows up to the gym quite late. you know. Did you use your fake ID to buy the sake? No. I don't have a fake ID, brother. Feel like your girl would constantly jump in the chat to see what you're doing? Nah, not happening. But she would get banned instantly. I would tell her, like, if I ever find you lurking, I'm gonna completely destroy you, eviscerate you, physically. Like, I'm about to Ilya Taporia you if I ever see you lurking in my chat, chatty. What's good, twin? What's up, Jackwin? What's good, twin? Yeah, you're my girl. Yeah, nice. Thanks for letting me know. Do you beat women? Not unless they deserve it, Not unless they deserve it. Why'd you think about it? Nah, type shit. Can you beat me? It depends. It depends on how good I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Oh shit, I can't. Good enough. Good enough. Putting Andy Ruiz time to time. What did Andy Ruiz do? Did he hit a woman? No way. All I know Andy Ruiz for doing is beating Anthony Joshua. That's Andy Ruiz, right? That's the same Andy Ruiz. There's got to be like 100 of Andy Ruizes in Mexico. There's got to be at least 100 of them. Dagwood Bradley Martin team. Dagwood Bradley Martin beat Armand in a street fight. Oh, would Bradley Martin beat Armand in a street fight? Nah. Bro, Armand's big. He's probably like 180, 190. So it only gives Bradley Martin like a 70-pound weight advantage, and that's just not enough. Beat a bit once in a while? No, I've never done that in the past, but I'm saying if it needed to happen, God made me do it. You know what I'm saying? It's in God's plans. No such thing as free will. Okay, it's just God's willing. Your little brother me? No. Same one? What's up, man? No one said anything about beating you off, bro. Chill out. Bro, I didn't say nothing about JOs. God's plan. Bro's not John Jones. Dude, I was rewatching. Guys, I was re-listening to John Jones's old podcast with Joe Rogan. Dude, it was rough. I despise John Jones now. Like, I never really like hated John Jones, but nowadays I'm just like, dude, frick you, John Jones. I really don't like him. God gave humans free will. Did he though? Let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. That's better. That is better. Ja, das ist better. Yeah, but I was re-listening to John Jones's podcast with Joe Rogan. Dude, that's a good watch. Dude, Joe Rogan's podcast with MMA fighters used to be some of the best podcasts in the entire world. So insightful, so many facts, so many everything, man. So many everything. So, a lot of interesting opinions as well. It's not like your typical interviews. Like nowadays, MMA interviews are completely dog water. Completely dog water. So, how do you think you're going to do in the fight you have coming up? That's great. That's great. How do you think the fight for the title in your division goes? That's great. That's great. How do you think you'll ever fight somebody like Conor McGregor? How do you feel about losing a fight, and how do you bounce back? What did you do in your last fight you liked? What did you do in your last fight you didn't like? And it's so boring, but Joe Rogan used to like go into detail and talk about things like most people wouldn't talk about. What do you think you're gonna do if you? What do you think you're? Who do you think you're gonna win? Oh yeah. MMA media asks ChatGPT questions, and sometimes they're worse than ChatGPT questions. Sometimes if they were ChatGPT questions, they'd be better than what they are. But sometimes they're worse than ChatGPT. What does this win mean to you? Yeah, that's the classic. What does this win? What does a win over this guy do for your career? Like, bro, what kind of dumbass question is that? How old are you, bro? Old enough. I've not hit a Benjamin before on stream, bro. Rogan's been compromised a long time now, bro. No, I think he's just old. I think it's old age, motivation, drive, curiosity, lots of things. Lots of things. Makes you hate him more now in terms of what he said on the pod. Well, I listened to the John Jones podcast a long time ago. Like probably like two and a half years ago, I listened to the John Jones podcast. I listened to nearly every MMA podcast Joe Rogan had, but I was re-listening to it today, and I was realizing like, holy cow, John Jones is a terrible human being. Like when he crashed, he was talking about when he crashed into the pregnant lady. The first thing he was thinking about was himself. He was like, okay, how does this affect my legacy? How does it affect me? How does it affect the people around me? Everything was him. No thought crossed his mind where he was like, let me check on the other person who was injured, you know? So, ever since the Spotify deal went down for Rogan, I don't know when the Spotify deal was, but it was okay. I liked when he had Ben Shapiro on in like COVID. That was a good one. That was a good episode. I like that episode. What makes you hate him? John Jones in dark room or Gaziev in mount position? Gaziev mount position, easily. John Jones dark room. You don't know what's going to happen. Gaziev in mount position, at least you know what his intentions are. And you can at least enjoy it a little bit because, you know, that's the meal deal. Shamil Gaziev. Dang. How old are you, bro? I miss the old streams when you did math. Same, man. I miss doing math all the time. Who will be Usman's next fight? Kamaru Usman or Usman Nurmagomedov? Or Kamaru Usman or Usman Nurmagomedov? Or Muhammad Usman? Which Usman you talking about? There's so many Usmans. For Kamaru Usman, it's gonna be Bilal. For Usman Nurmagomedov, it's gonna be Paul Hughes rematch, right? And then for Muhammad Usman, it's got to be Justin Tafa. Great fight. Coming off a one-fight win streak over Hamdi. So, let's get him ranked. I think he deserves a ranking. Beating Hamdi. John Jones, the most self-centered scumbag on the face of the earth. I think he's super self-centered. Super incredibly self-centered. 1,000,000%. It's almost like bone-chilling how self-obsessed John Jones really is. Like, all he cares about is himself. He doesn't care about anything else other than himself. It's crazy. Usman's the only legend worth shit right now that can actually compete for a title. Change my mind. Usman cannot compete for a title. Nowhere close to compete for a title. Dag is steak better than fried chicken? Yes. Healthier. Tastes just as good if it's done correctly. So. Mo Usman Hamdi 2 in the works. That's a close fight. That's a good fight. I think Hamdi, if he works on his cardio, then I think he could win that for sure. That's a great fight. I love that. Nobody cares about Usman Nurmagomedov, little bro. I care about Usman Nurmagomedov. I want to see that Paul Hughes rematch, man. Let's get that booked ASAP. That was like the only good PFL fight the PFL has ever had. I don't know another PFL fight. Maybe Francis Ngannou versus Renan Ferreira or whatever his name is. Less daggies, please. Nah, daggies are dope. Hairy ass fighters. Nah, hairy ass fighters. Who's hairy? Muin Gafurov and there's another guy. Muin Gafurov and oh man, I forget the guy's name. But Muin Gafurov, I'm pretty sure. He's hairy. Yeah, he's a hairy little guy. He's like small too. But his back is like super, super hairy. Femboy division? Yeah, I'm good off that, bro. He cares about ladyboys? John Jones? No, he cares about boys, not ladyboys. Islam's training partner jailed for 28 years, caught in terrorism charges type of shit, which will never make me a fan. Yeah, I just don't know if that's his training partner, Sean. I don't know if that's his training partner. I think you did the same thing as me, and you saw a Twitter headline and immediately just rolled with it, and you're like, oh, dude, Islam trained with a terrorist, dude, who's gotten 28 years? That's crazy. Ban this guy for life. But I don't know anything about this guy. I have no idea if it's actually Islam's training partner. I see no sources of a training partner. So I'd probably look into it if I was to form an opinion on it, just because, you got to look into it. What's your obsession with daggies? I don't have an obsession with daggies. I don't like Islam. I'm not a big fan of. I don't mind Islam. I don't mind Uncle Live. I don't mind Shara. I don't mind Shara. I like Saeed. I like yeah, Saeed is kind of the only. I don't really like Umar. I think Saeed's the only guy who I really like from Dagestan. You see Bo's taking a break from UFC. Yeah, I did see that, and he's doing some wrestling thing, right? Where it's 50% of it is some WWE stuff, and the other 50% is collegiate level wrestling. Worried about another man's hair body, gotta be gay? No, I don't know, sucking some dick is gay. I think taking it up the butt, I think giving it to another man up the butt is gay. I don't know about talking about another man's hair on his body is gay, but to each their own. I mean, it is what it is. Dag vs. Talbot for the femboy belt. Great idea. Atomic is literally named Dag. MMA dumbass. Nah. Usman is a little steroid rat in cahoots with terrorists. Okay, sure. I know, chill out, bro. My fault is man. Nobody said anything about daggies, bro. Chill out. Nobody said anything about daggies, bro. Chill out. None of those are gay. You explained to us that sucking dick isn't actually gay. I probably did explain to you that sucking D isn't actually gay, but, it's about intention. It's more about intention than the actual action, right? And I think all of you guys can agree to that, and it's not even that hard to convince you guys to agree to that, I don't think it's that hard. But, You're so high, you tweaker. I'm not, bro. I'm literally just tired today. And I don't even know why. I'm tired. 20 is 20? Yeah, 20, exactly. 20 is 20. Except I wouldn't do it for $20, bro. I'm charging way more than that because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna put some effort into it. I'm a very competitive guy. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it great. I'm gonna do it better than everybody else, just because I'm such a competitive guy. Are you a bong guy or blunt guy? Neither. I don't smoke, man. Dad goes to uni campuses trying to riz, yeah, with a cameraman and meta glasses, and I asked them on like cheap pickup lines for sure. You got to get sleep after work, boy? Nah, I'd rather stream. Dad competitive tip. I'm a competitive tip sucker, yeah. Palestinian fighter. Palestinian fighter suck a dick got arrested recently for being charged with terrorism. Really? I've never heard of that guy. I'll have to probably search him up. I'll have to search him up. He sounds like he's really good at finishing guys, bro. He sounds really good at finishing guys, man. So maybe I'll take a look. Maybe I'll take a look at that. Sounds like that's a great idea. That was pretty bad, yeah. But I'm pretty good at it, so, you know. Randy Brown trying to fight Gilbert Burns. That's a great fight. That's a trash fight. No, we need Gilbert Burns. We need Gilbert Burns to fight like a can, an absolute trash can. But other than that, no fight news really. Marcio Ruffy has a fight coming up soon. Who do you think that's gonna be? Marcio Ruffy versus who? Do you think you could take prime Ronda Rousey? I'd love to take on prime Ronda Rousey. 1,000,000%. Prime Ronda Rousey? Are you kidding me? I'd literally, this is how confident I am in taking prime Ronda Rousey. I'd willfully let Ronda Rousey start in like an advantageous position. Like I would easily do north-south. Ronda Rousey can start every round on north-south. I'd have no issue. Ronda Rousey can start with a locked-in triangle at the beginning of the fight, and I'd be able to take prime Ronda Rousey. I think that'd be a great fight for me. Prime Ronda Rousey, locked-in triangle or north-south. I think that would make it fair, and I think if we're gonna do that, that's how we 100% should do it, and no other way should we do it. You know? You'll take Demont then? Yeah, good idea. Do you think Ronda was even hot? 100%. 1,000,000%. She was bad, bro. What are you talking about? Do I think like that's an option? No, it's not about thinking it. It's about knowing it. Okay? Gilbert might lose to a trash can at this point. Maybe, yeah. UFC has been bad shape for the last year because of all these legends are being prima donnas and barely fight, hold belts. Can't wait for the new wave of fighters. Yeah. Like a Joshua Van, like an Ilya Tapuria, like JDM, like Tom Aspinall, like Goliath, not really. He has Ramadan. Chimaev, right? Chimaev could definitely work, get a lot of fights, 3 fights a year. You'll take Puja Tomar. You can no one's gonna stop you from taking Puja Tomar. I'm telling you right now. Take Puja Tomar. Why no woman fighter taps out to neck chokes? No, there's a bunch of women's fighters that tap out to neck chokes. It's just that no male fighters taps out to arm or leg chokes, whereas a female fighter is more likely to tap to ligament chokes. Not chokes, but ligament submissions. Why are we so illiterate? Are you talking about me? I can't really, speak all too well. They should give fighters double pay for their third fight with the year to prove their frequency. Maybe that could work, but I definitely see some flaws in that plan. Like to be choked out? Yeah. I mean, I tried with my wife. She became happy. Choked your wife? Somebody call the police, man. It's a great idea. Choke out your wife, dude. It's a great idea. I love that idea. Just kidding. Don't do that. Oh, don't, just kidding. What flaws? I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about, to be honest. This has kind of just been like a little bit of a wave here. You know what I'm talking about? Like, this has just kind of just been like a... I'm done. John Jones approves? No, John Jones does not choke out his wife. Because that's just putting her out of her misery too quick. John Jones likes to... He doesn't even like knocking out his wife. He likes to, put a beating on her and then not get the finish. He likes the decision. My favorite types of... What? What? Does that even mean? I don't think that's how you spell his name. It's not like Cedric with a C. It's Cedric spelled like really weird. It's like Sedriuques. But I think Cedric Damas should be 100% booted from the UFC. 1,000,000%. Black man can't commit domestic abuse? Yeah. Apparently not, man. People talk about America being a free country. Oh, yeah? Why can John Jones not beat his wife? Huh? Free country this, free country that. Oh, yeah? Let John Jones beat his wife. Talking about free country, you have so many rights, so many everything? Yeah, no, you're funny. Yeah, that's how you spell Cedriques Damas. Cedric Damas. What a casual. Anybody had a crush on WWE Paige? No, we did not. I speak for everybody when they say we did not have a crush on WWE Paige. We had a crush on Kane from WWE. That's who our guy was. And I speak for everybody in the chat here when we say Kane was the most attractive WWE fighter. Whew. I hate you. With John Jones when he sees the mother of his children. Wasn't she like a lesbo? Who? I don't know WWE lore. Did you see Tyson Fury has announced he's coming out of retirement to fight Alexander Usyk for the trilogy? Strap on me, no lesbo. God damn. Armon next to Kayla Harrison is weird to watch. Look at this. 155er, 135er? No way. We're trying to get a position signed for MMA Guru versus Dag MMA in a match. Okay. That's fire. Dang, bruh. Armon might be screwed over. I think Islam probably weighs like 185 out of camp, right? Probably gets up to at least like 180 something in this camp. Got the strap on me, no lesbo. Who said he'd hit? Man. Islam says he's struggling to bulk up. That's a lie. He doesn't need to bulk up. You good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm tired. Really tired. But other than that, I'm doing perfectly fine. I don't even know why. I got like a lot of sleep. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got like 9 hours, man. But maybe I slept too much, or maybe I'm so like, because the night before I had like 3 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? So maybe Islam Dakachev, he did that. But Islam, gotta retain your seed from our injury, bro. I literally already do that. Oh, Gautier's fighting soon, right? Yeah, when we see too much, we get tired as fuck crazy. I know, it's right. It's like you need that 7 to 8 hours, and then anything more, anything less is just completely trash. You might be tired because you need some tendies. I love that idea. I do need some tendies, man. I know what Islam said. He's struggling to dude, Islam is struggling to make weight, bro. He can't put on weight. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's so dumb. Like, this guy does not need to put on weight. Oh, it was the scrap Tony Ferguson was involved in. Interesting. That looks serious? My bad. Tendies and honey mustard, yeah. Islam, to me, just doesn't look like a dominant fighter. I feel like he's overrated. No, he's definitely a dominant fighter, but I think that there's other dominant fighters that Islam is able to fight. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Habib didn't fight any dominant fighters. Whereas Islam, JDM's a dominant fighter. I feel JDM's a dominant fighter. Ilia Topuria, a dominant fighter. Even some of the guys coming up, you know, a lot of guys at 170 are dominant fighters. Kamaru Usman, yes, he's lost a couple fights, but he's still a dominant style of fighting. You know what I mean? Like, even though he's losing, he's got that style. But Islam's fighting some dominant guys. I don't think he's overrated. I just think that the amount of talent around him is like, insane. Do you guys think Charles Oliveira should move up? Where does Jones have greater defense, in octagon or court? Octagon. He really. When have you ever seen John Jones hit in the head? Very rare you see him hit in the head. Wisdom to me doesn't look like a dominant fighter. He feels overrated. Ian Gary is not a dominant fighter. No. Bro's traumatized with comments. Yeah. Islam would get mauled by Puja Tomar with the bad weight cut. Dude, did we all forget about Islam Makhachev's IV controversy when he went to Australia? And he needed an IV. He literally cheated and used an IV. And Ali Abdelaziz exposed him for using an IV. Did we forget about that? Or no? Do you see Tim Kennedy getting exposed for stolen valor? I did see that, yeah. On my phones. Sorry, boys, 1 second. My phone's getting a call. Give me a sec, boys. Alright, I'm good. Just gotta fix it. There we go. Alright, we back. It's a little bit up. Turn that down. Nope. Now I can sleep. Sleep with me wife new. What's up, Colby Covington Burn? How you doing, man? I did not just get a fresh tendy drop, bro. Stop it. You respect Charles a lot for how he took the fights with Ilya. No weight, no excuses, no ducking. Fight straight in the center of the octagon. I literally saw that on Twitter. This guy's just regurgitating shit he sees on Twitter. Olive should go for that one last crack of the belt. Yeah, he's not getting a crack of the belt, bro. Go up to 170 and fight Colby Covington. That's a great fight. Fight Colby at 170. It's a great fight. Never forgot that Islam is cheating rat that got exposed by his own manager and Dan Hooker. True. Right? Yeah. People forget, man. You see Kenny. You see Tim. Oh, yeah. I already read that shit. Colby would ragdoll him? Nah. Dude, I would want to see Charles Oliveira versus Dan Hooker. Tell me that's not a banger. Dan Hooker needs to fight Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje. Those are the two fights I want to see. Max Holloway. Those are the three fights I want to see for Dan Hooker. Those are huge, huge fights. Ali Abdelaziz looks like a thumb. Yeah. Hooker versus Oliveira is a banger. That is a huge. Dude. That's a co-main event right there. That's easily a co-main event of like a Australia card or like a Vegas card or like a New York card. But Dan Hooker needs another fight. So maybe Gaethje would be good, right? Or maybe Patty and Gaethje and do Dan Hooker versus somebody. I don't know what to do with Hooker, man. I don't know what to do with Hooker. You want Hooker versus Patty, Patty Sumsubs, and Justin versus Armand? That could work, but that'd be a good way of going about it, but we'll see. Hooker's ass? No, he's not bad. He beat Gamrot. Gamrot's good. Gamrot was beating Fiziev before he got before he broke his thing. So Gamrot's good. Jalen Turner, that was peak Jalen Turner. Prime Jalen Turner's dangerous Jalen Turner. So I think Dan Hooker's definitely. I don't like Dan Hooker as a person, but as a fighter, he's great, I think. How many times do you think Oliveira? How many times Oliveira you think will fight more? Fuck. I don't know if I'm having a stroke or you're just don't speak English. How many times Oliveira you think will fight more? How many times do I think Oliveira would fight more? 3 fights, 4 fights. Maybe another year and a half of fighting, you know. But he's going to take some time off. Is Matt Brown related to Randy Brown? Seeing as one of them's white, one of them black, I really doubt it unless, you know, somebody's mom got some explaining to do. You know what I mean? Gamrot Chin is gone, and he fought Dom early. But he didn't get chinned by Fiziev. He beat Fiziev. He finished Fiziev. People forget Gamrot finished Fiziev. And Gamrot was looking pretty okay against Beneil Dariush. Just kidding. He wasn't, but still. It's a hard stylistic matchup, man. Nobody wants to fight Gamrot for a reason. Gamrot coming off a win over what? Ludwig Klein? Ludwig Klein's good. Power puncher, right? I just want that fight just to hear Hooker call him Chucky Olives during the build-up. Chucky Olives? Gamrot won versus Armand too? Yeah, exactly. I wish Hooker wasn't so injury-prone. Yeah, I think Hooker's just... I don't know. I think he's just a dumbass. I'm going to keep it a buck. Hooker, I don't think he's injury-prone. I just think I think the reason Dan Hooker broke his arm is because he punched a concrete wall. Like, he just seems like the type of guy to just do stupid things. And be like, oh, I just didn't know I would do that. How did I break my hand? I just punched a concrete brick. That doesn't even hurt me. Yeah. Rennie Brown's so tall. Nice one, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Just a scratch. Yeah. and new. Um. Anything? I'm trying to see some stuff on Twitter. See if there's anything. Bo Nickel has retired and started working at Best Buy following his loss to RDR. Can I help you find something? Are you guys looking for anything specific? Dude. Loss prevention associate. Yeah. Yeah. This is your average like manager, bro. Looks like he looks for the Geek Squad. Yeah. Yeah. The Geek Squad. Hi, have you tried restarting your device? This is actually a very simple fix right here. Dude, Bo does seem like a computer geek deep down in his heart. Bo, earlier on in his life, could have gone down two roads. Wrestling, become a man, or become a computer geek. You see Dan Hooker hosting backyard fights with no sanction for like 50 bands? I did see that. I don't know how that's happening right now. How is that getting by? I don't understand. Bo needs to step down to welterweight. Dude is undersized. Dude, I've been saying that. I've been saying Bo is completely undersized. And he's pudgy. Did you guys see Jamal Hill was 265 pounds? 265 pounds before he started training for what's it called? Kilo Roundtree. 265. That's heavyweight peak. That's bigger than Tom Aspinall, John Jones. That's as big as like Francis Ngannou, bro. And that's all fat. And then he cut down to fight Kilo Roundtree. Nobody said anything in the dongs, bro. Chill out. Jean Silva's locked in for his first main event. Jamal about to pull a reverse Roundtree and become 300 pounds? Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad, man. Who remembers? I don't know. The biggest issue with Bo is not even technique. He got hurt, gave up. I don't know if he could improve that. Yeah, right? You know, Bo comes from a very... But you know what? So do a lot of guys can come from. Armand comes from a privileged life, and he doesn't give up in fights. You know? Bo, he can give up. You know, but Bo needs to move down a weight class, focus on grappling. I think Bo needs to go to the gym and focus on grappling. People say, oh, dude, Bo needs to work on his striking. Bo does not need to work on his striking. He needs to work on his grappling. Okay? That's what he needs to do. Nah. Why are people clowning Corey Sandhagen? Take a look at this, boys. So it was a picture of Corey Sandhagen. He does like these tutorials on his OnlyFans where he tells people how to, you know, fight techniques, right? And he did a video talking about the secret to Ilia Topuria's power. And look at everybody clowning on him. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. He thinks he knows ball. Can Hagen acting like he could ever replicate us? So sad. Taskmaster Corey's chinning Marab. Corey has cracked the code. Like Pillow Fist would know. Corey having motion. Nerd. Stop clowning. Shit, Hagen. Oh, it's our son showing us the moves. Bro, isn't that crazy? The level of disrespect. The level of disrespect is terrible. The level of disrespect. Isn't that crazy? Like, how are they trashing on Corey Sandhagen? This guy's so chill. And this guy's a fighter. Most of the people that comment this stuff have never had a fight in their entire life. And the dude, Corey Sandhagen, like Corey Sandhagen knows how to throw a punch with power, dude. Like, what? Just because he doesn't do it in his fights doesn't mean he doesn't know how to do it. Like, what? It's like saying LeBron doesn't know how to shoot a three. You know what I mean? Just because he doesn't do it. It's like, bro, what? Is your lap comfortable? Why? Why does Bo look like a pineapple? What? Talbot lost one fight and came back better. Bo legit having a mental crisis. Like, man up. Yeah, but... Yeah, I know. But Bo's very different than Peyton Talbot. Very different. Very different. Anyone have the Sandhagen ball pics from OnlyFans? I don't know. I don't know. This is how people are. I know, but it's sad, right? It's so sad. You look like Dave Blunt's. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. You look comfortable? Thanks. I saw a stat regarding Jack Hermanson where he's lost the fight after winning the previous one for the past few years due to so inconsistent. No, Jack Hermanson isn't even inconsistent. He's consistently mid, right? But they just put him against guys who are below mid and better than mid. But he's consistently mid. Consistently mid. What are you eating? Gum. Trying to look for Max. You know, just want to see Patty get manhandled and demolished like he never existed. Yeah, Patty fights Ilya. He gets completely slept. Completely slept. But he's not going to fight him anytime soon, I don't think, at least. At least anytime soon, you know? Probably not anytime soon. Dag finna have a sugar crash and feel more tired. No, these are sugar-free gum. It's backwards, but it says at the top sugar-free gum. So there's no sugar in this. Zero sugar. No one beats Ilya as of now. Dude is on the way to being the GOAT. No one beats Ilya? No, there's definitely some guys who beat Ilya. Like, Benoit Saint Denis probably gives Ilya a run for his money. Armand could definitely give him some issues, but I don't know. Ruffy, Dan Hooker, you know, so many guys, you know. Michael Chandler probably gives Ilya a run for his money. You know, because Michael Chandler's not getting chinned like that, you know? Michael Chandler probably gives Ilya a run for his money. For sure. Because Ilya, if he tries to get into a scrap with the Michael Chandler, I mean, nobody survives a scrap with the Michael Chandler. There's a better way to work. No. Gonna be a sad day when you find out Mewing isn't real? Nope. Benoit Saint Denis might be the worst fighter on the roster. Well, he's ranked number 13 for a reason, actually. He just got unlucky against Moicano. He was beating... Bro, true or not true, Benoit Saint Denis was beating Dustin Poirier worse than Islam was. He was dominating Dustin Poirier. Islam was not dominating Dustin Poirier. Both incorrect takes. How? Those are true takes. Dustin Poirier was losing worse to Benoit Saint Denis than he was losing to Islam. Catch up next stream. All right, peace, brother. People are linking Ilya's run to McGregor's like Ilya did KO Charles in 1 round, and are saying that he will get submitted like McGregor did against Nate. Yeah, I know, but no, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. But people love to play that game of like, dude, we've seen this before. Deja vu, bro. Deja vu. But it's like this guy just beaten. I mean, bro, stop it. McGregor was beautiful in his boxing. It was a performance. It was like an art watching Prime McGregor. Watching Prime Ilya is not like watching art. It's like watching somebody get beat up for the first bit and then get a KO. Ilya's KOs Aspinall in round 1. Mark my words. Nice. Class in July is diabolical. It is diabolical. All right. Zhang Wei Li and Marab? No way. Zhang Wei Li and Marab training together? No, a lot of dudes are jealous of that. How many calories you eat daily, lil bruh? I don't really count them, so I don't know. I just eat whatever. I just eat a bunch of chicken tendies throughout the day. And that's kind of my diet. Chicken tenders. That's what I eat every day. Everything is fine, but when anybody compares or says he's a clown, it just pisses me off. Like, dude, McGregor's nowhere near Ilya. You mean Ilya is not near McGregor? Ilya is nowhere near McGregor. That's what you're looking for. Because Connor's been past Ilya. No one's near McGregor. Not Habib, not Ilya, not John Jones, no one. McGregor's 6 levels above everybody. No one's close. In terms of star power, no one's close. No one's close to him. Frozen tenders, like 60, 30 tenders daily. Yeah, but like, 30, 40 tenders daily. A tender list video? Yeah. That's very great, lad. That's very great. Top 3 sauces? Oh, I like top 3 sauces? Oh. I like a nice like hot sauce. I like a buffalo sauce. And then I'd go like if it's already like spicy spicy tendies, then I'd go for like a blue cheese. And then classic honey garlic. I mean, you can't go wrong with honey garlic. That's like a classic. Plum, I don't really mess with plum. Goon arm. McDonald's sweet and sour goated. Sweet. No, I'm not a big McDonald's guy. I get the Frozen's one, heat them up. In terms of fighting IQ, McGregor's just one-dimensional, but Ilya can do whatever he wants. Fighting IQ? No. Why do you say McGregor's one-dimensional? It's not one-dimensional. He just likes to win in one way, you know? He chooses the stand-up. Ilia Topuria, he took down Max because he was losing against Max, okay? McGregor outstrikes the best strikers. Prime McGregor, at least. Anyway, boys, I'm going to go. I'll be here tomorrow, probably same time. I hope to be here earlier. I'm going to be here earlier, probably. Just because today I went to work, got home late from work, went to the gym, so everything was a little bit rough today, but we'll be back tomorrow. I'll try to be consistent, try to be a hobby and have my day organized a little bit better. Even if I'm tired, I'll be here. That's my goal, is to be here even if I'm tired. Bad days, good days, great days, bad days, every days. All right, peace, boys. Thank you for being here. It's been your boy, Dag MMA, signing out. Peace.